Hi, it's Dr. Debbie Pates. Thank you for joining me for this meditation. I invite you to sit in a comfortable position, wherever you want, wherever that makes you happy, maybe even laying down. And start to tap into your breath, settling into a space of calmness, relaxation, if possible. Maybe just settling into a state of awareness and having an intention to stay curious about how that changes as we move through this meditation. Begin breathing consciously, inhaling and exhaling, if possible, through your nose, not making that something that's stressful, simply bringing awareness to your breath. And if it's more easy to breathe through your mouth, then do that instead. Things are pretty crazy right now, and I want to invite you to acknowledge that everything is not fine. I think a lot of times when we see each other on the street as we have taken for granted, or in a store, or at a restaurant, or even at work, and we say, "How are you?" And we respond, "I'm fine. I'm fine." So much of the time, that's actually a shortcut for saying, "I don't really want to talk about it right now." And right now, I do want to talk about it and acknowledge everything is not fine. Our world is changing so rapidly and so unpredictably. The whole world, as well as our smaller worlds. And that doesn't feel fine. It feels, well, take stock right now. You breathe in and breathe out. And if you were on a different breath cadence, then just breathe. And tune in, go inside. How are you feeling right now? How is this rapidly changing reality showing up for you? And whatever you're thinking is okay. Whatever's coming up for you is okay, because it's your experience. And the point here is to acknowledge your experience, to show up with curiosity for yourself. Our worlds feel really out of control. And I think a lot of us are beginning to realize how much we've liked, even if it's a false sense of control, having a sense of control. The stores that we like going to are going to be open when we want to go there. We can get together with our friends. We can go to the work office without fear. Everything is not fine. And my saying it doesn't make it worse. My saying it simply puts it on the table and allows us to look at it. So I invite you to be aware of whether my saying that, in fact, was created reactivity in you. Because what we're looking for, again, is simply to be in touch with how we react. So if I say something that creates a reaction in you, just notice it. And perhaps tap into, what did it touch in you that created that reaction? and approach that with curiosity and compassion for yourself. By looking at it, by putting on the table and acknowledging our fear, our discomfort, our not wanting things to be the way they are, and our wanting things to be the way they were, these cravings, these urges, these desires. By acknowledging them, by looking at them, we actually loosen their hold on us. Right? I think we all have had an experience of wanting to pretend that something is not the way it is. No, 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 I'm not mad about that. That didn't bother me, or whatever it is. And if this is the feeling, and we're saying, no, 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 it's not bothering me, the feeling is like, hello, hello, here I am. I want you to acknowledge me, right? And so by acknowledging it, rather than holding it tightly, but by allowing it to sit and we can look at it, perhaps it begins to dissipate. Or at least we can really be honest with ourselves about what it is that we're feeling. And perhaps we can step into a space of recognition that even though everything is not fine, we are okay. We are okay. And by focusing on our okayness, we're not ignoring the fact that everything else is chaotic around us, scary, whatever words you want to fill in. By focusing on our okayness, on the places where we are connected, on the places where we are in control, we strengthen the muscle of calm. We strengthen the muscle of gratitude. And we strengthen our ability to come from a place of power rather than a place of scatteredness and grasping. So I invite you to allow yourself to step into that space of feeling that you are okay. Even if that's hard, even if, as I invite you to do that, your mind is drawn to all of the ways in which you're not okay. Perhaps you are a business owner and you're having to close your business right now, or your doors are open and you're just hoping that people are going to come in. Perhaps you work for a business that had to be closed and you're not going to get paid and you don't know where that money's coming from. And I absolutely acknowledge how frightening that is. Perhaps you're going to work every day. Perhaps one of the cashiers at the supermarkets that we're all so grateful are still open. Maybe you're a medical worker, or like me, a healthcare provider, and you are going to work. And maybe some of you are wishing that you could stay home. Maybe you're afraid for your own health. Acknowledging all of those things and then coming back to a place of okayness. So when the doubt and the fear begin to claw at you, you can remember this feeling of, even though everything is not fine, I'm okay. I invite you to scan your body right now and notice places that feel fine. invite you to think about your world, the people in it, maybe your home, maybe your refrigerator, maybe your pets, and to consider the things that are okay in your life right now. And perhaps to have a feeling of spaciousness around those things, and to be able to hold both of those things together. Everything is not fine, but I'm okay. And recognizing that from the space of acknowledging that you're okay, you're going to be more powerful, more centered, and more able to function in this increasingly unpredictable space. And by remembering that you're okay now, you're going to strengthen the muscle of okayness so that when this does resolve, when we stop needing to curtail, shorten, narrow our world, and we begin to be able to embrace literally and figuratively again, that okayness will already be germinating inside of you, ready to just flower. I am okay. I am okay. Everything is not fine, but I am okay. Take a few more breaths. Perhaps a few breaths in gratitude. I'm grateful to you for showing up and tuning into this. You're okay.